Liam craved the unknown. He lived for the adrenaline rush of exploring forgotten places, abandoned buildings, deserted tunnels, forgotten corners of the city. These were his playgrounds. They made him feel truly alive. One day, a strange email appeared in his inbox. The subject line simply read, "The Mirror Room." Curiosity piqued, Liam clicked it open. The message was short, cryptic, and chilling. It spoke of a hidden room beneath Grand Central Station, a room filled with mirrors that held no reflections. The email ended with an address and a time: midnight. Liam felt a familiar pull. This was the kind of challenge he couldn't resist, the thrill of the unknown, the promise of a mystery. It was all too alluring. He knew he had to see this room for himself. Midnight couldn't come soon enough. The air hung heavy and humid as Liam descended into the bowels of Grand Central Station. The usual bustle of the station was gone, replaced by an unnerving silence. The only sound was the drip, drip, drip of water echoing through the tunnels. He followed the address from the email, his phone screen a lone beacon in the darkness. The air grew colder, the smell of mildew and dust thick in his throat. Finally, he reached a section of the tunnels cordoned off, seemingly forgotten by time. The air was thick with anticipation. The address from the email, a barely visible 23 spray-painted on the wall, confirmed his location. He pushed against the heavy metal door. It creaked open with a groan, as if disturbed after decades of slumber. The room was circular, its walls lined with mirrors from floor to ceiling, but something was wrong, very wrong. The mirrors, though seemingly perfect, held no reflections. Liam stepped cautiously into the room, his heart pounding in his chest. The silence was absolute, broken only by the sound of his own breathing. He raised a hand, expecting to see his reflection mimic the movement, but there was nothing, only the empty, staring eyes of the mirrors themselves. A cold dread began to creep up his spine. This was not a trick of the light. This was something else, something far more unsettling. The room itself seemed to pulse with an unseen energy, a silent hum that vibrated deep within his bones. Then the mirrors flickered. Images flashed across their surfaces, scenes from Liam's past. His childhood home, his first love, the accident, painful memories he had long tried to bury. He spun around, trying to focus, but the images shifted and changed faster than he could process. Each mirror seemed to offer a different glimpse into his life, a kaleidoscope of memories both cherished and painful. He saw his younger self filled with dreams and aspirations. He saw the mistakes he had made, the paths not taken. He pressed his hands against the cold glass of one mirror, desperate for answers, but the visions only intensified, pulling him deeper into the labyrinth of his past. Suddenly the images stopped. Liam found himself staring into one mirror, fixated on the reflection staring back. It was him, but older, ravaged by time. His hair was white, his face etched with regret. The reflection reached out, a look of desperation in its eyes, mouthing words Liam couldn't hear. It was a vision of his future, a chilling premonition of a life wasted chasing shadows. Panic welled up inside him. He stumbled back, tripping over his own feet. As he fell, he caught a glimpse of his reflection one last time. It was gone, replaced by the same empty void that had greeted him upon his arrival. Then darkness. Somewhere far above the bustling crowds of Grand Central Station, a new email arrived. The subject line read, "The Mirror Room." Below it, a single line of text, "The mirrors are always watching. They remember." The email was addressed to a young woman, her eyes wide with the thrill of the unknown, an image of the mysterious Room 23 open on her phone.